guys, welcome back again to Rolling Gypsy's Garage diecast restorations, where we do a little bit with the hobby. Here's one of the cars that we recently done. I make the wheels, we do the paint jobs, the exhaust pipes, just a little bit of everything. Here's a GMC truck that we did, put hydraulics on it. I get some tips on this one I got from Jakarta project for the hydraulics. We made the wheels for monoblock on this one. A lot of the times, like on the Challenger, that Demon SRT that we did, I made those wheels from, I believe it was a Camaro, another Camaro that we did, Hot Wheel. We did the paint, custom paint. On my cars, I try to do the headlights, taillights, a little bit of everything. Try to make it as detailed as I possibly can sometimes. Other times, it just depends on what we're doing that day. Here's one of the Rebel machines that we did. Just depends on how we're feeling that day. I built the motor for this thing out of styrene. I'll try to leave links in the descriptions and all that for what we use and where we get them at when I possibly can. I put the exhaust pipes on here out of tubing I got from Hobby Lobby. See, we did the tail lights. And for those of you guys who are new to the channel, I just want to give you a brief description of what we did, what we do here. It's another set of wheels I made. They're offset. And I got a video where I show these. I'm going to do a video for you guys soon where I will show you how I make these. And there's a few other videos out there if you guys are interested. On these wheels and ideas for it. I took it a bit further though. There's another set that we're going to be putting on our Camaro today that we're going to be doing. We're going to feature in this video. Just to give you guys an idea, a little bit of what we do. And, you know, also, I'll put stuff like these Rail Riders we get off other cars. I use a lot of monoblock wheels as well. You guys can find those at monoblock.com. All right, guys, let's get to it. Today, we're featuring 1985 Chevy Camaro Iroc Z. I've already painted this. I got, I think, 2 or 3 coats, 3 coats of clear coat on here. I just wet sanded the 3rd coat so I can apply my 4th coat because of this is actually glitter. If you guys can see the effect of the glitter in the paint. Let's see if I can add another light to the situation. You guys can get the effect of that. And sometimes with this glitter that I use, because I use the spray can paint, there you go, there's a little sparkle for the light. It's see if I can take my camera under this light, if you guys can get a better idea of the effect of the paint. There you go. We're getting that. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing today, is this Iroc. And what we're going to do with this is, like I said, I'm going to set this one to the side for the second. Because at this point, I'm ready to I brought you guys kind of late to this one. I took a few pictures prior with a little bit of the process of that. I want to show you so far. Here's our base. And this is purple sunrise over gloss black, just to add a special effect to the iconic Iroc. You guys can see the color change in that. I also added the exhaust pipes to this, and we do the axle rods, tubes, to put these wheels that we're going to put on it. And I just cut the factory wheels, which these are factory Hot Wheels wheels. I just added the brass tubing and the shrink wrap, wire wrap for that. And then I just used the axle again. If you can see, I just cut it. And I'm just going to put that inside that tube and glue it for our wheel there to place. With that, here's the interior. Oops, I dropped it. Here's the interior that come with that Iroc. We're just going to detail a little bit of that inside just to add some character, a little detail to it, instead of it just being plain. Of course, here's the window for it. It's pretty clean, a little dusty from sitting on the shelf. We'll get that cleaned up though. And of course, I showed you the wheels. So we'll go ahead. We're going to be using this metallic silver from Testers. It's a couple dollars for a jar, any hobby place. And that's what we're going to be using to do a lot of our detail today. Like I said, we're not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to paint these pipes. Do a little detail here to transmission. Little motor and stuff, little accents under there. And then we'll let it dry, and I'll probably clear coat that just to seal it in once it dries. And I would love for you guys to come along with us, see how we do this. I'm gonna take this off of here. If you guys notice, I'm only wearing one glove because I'm handling the part with this hand, and it's easier for me to use no glove on this hand because the glove just gets in the way for me. But you guys can do whatever you want. So we'll go ahead and start painting this here. If you guys are familiar with the Irocs, they used to be a hit back in the day. They probably still are today, but we got so much newer stuff out. The new Camaros, the Challengers, the Hellcats. You know, our technology and advancement in these motors and cars, their performance and computers and everything else is just amazing. And it's hard to find a lot of these cars that we do on here anymore. And I also try to add a little bit of content, like effects and different things in the videos, just for your guys' entertainment. It's fun for me too. Really enjoy the hobby itself. It's fun just to sometimes come in and, you know, go buy a car for a couple dollars and you already have ideas spinning in your head of what you're going to do with it. So I usually buy them in multiples of the same. Like I'll buy multiples of the same, just so I can leave them at one in a package. And I'm going to do a video on that too, and I'll show you guys all the ones that I have stored. And then I'll save a couple to the side to do different things with. So if I go buy, I'll see the Camaros, and, they're getting kind of hard to find too. Places that used to have them a lot, especially like Walmart's, and, they don't hardly even have a lot of the Matchbox, Hot Wheels, any of that. I buy the Mastos and the M2s and those two. Got a bunch of them. So also we do the model kits, the 125, 124 scales, military. I just started the channel a few months ago, so we're trying to kind of fill it in and fill it out, and add content when I can and things like that for you guys. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that do enjoy this, like I do. I actually did get the ideas from watching videos from YouTube and other guys, and I just try to make fun videos too for entertainment, as well as a little bit more educational as far as instructional wise, to show you guys all the things that you can do with these cars that you wouldn't think was possible. And then once you actually get into it and see your creative side and what you can do with them, it makes it even more enjoyable. And I like sharing, the passion with you guys as well. And I would love to hear your guys' feedback. How do you like our videos? If you like our videos, if there's work improvement I can do, let me know, please. Like our videos if you like. Come back and watch us anytime. I try to put a couple videos out a week, just depending. The weather's not been so great up here where I'm at, and it's warming up now, so hopefully we should be able to, because a lot of the painting for me, because I do a lot of the painting, I mean I do it all, but sometimes I'll just do a wheel swap one day and might not necessarily even show that video. And I know I had some issues at first when I started doing these videos with just my setup, and it was winter time, so it wasn't a big accessibility to even be able to paint a lot. So we're working that out anyway, because I want to keep bringing these videos to you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy them like I do, like I said. And subscribe, get our newest videos. I hope you guys like what we do and you like what you see. Send us a line or something and give us some more ideas of cars you like or what you would like to see in the video or future videos. Excuse me. I don't want to bore you guys with all the painting. I just want to do it for you, so you guys can just kind of see how the process for this is for me, how I do it. Try to make sure that we don't have any open spots, get it all covered nice and uniformly, cleanly. I don't try to touch the car even though it's dry, or the base or the car, too much, just because I don't like to leave the fingerprints in there. Sometimes the wheels in your hands has a tendency to leave a fingerprint, and I just find it as simple as possible to try to be as gentle as I can while I'm doing this. It's nothing that's, it's just a car. It's nothing that's going to... But at the same time, the car and the project, I try to take, my time and care into it, though, because it is something I'm doing, and I like for it to come out the best it can. See if I can get the top of this one without hitting the side too much. So a lot of you're not going to see anyway. Alright, done with those. You can see, looks pretty clean. Try to get it as uniform as possible. Some of these paints sometimes, you gotta be careful because they're hard to work with at times. So, okay. I'll do the transmission now. Get this little area here, just to give it that realism look. You guys do them however you guys want to, if you guys are into that. You don't have to do it the way I do it. I just try to give you guys a little bit of a crash course of, go ahead and do this transmission. Back to the drive shaft a little bit. There's not a lot of detail in this one as far as the mold casting, but there's enough that we can show detail as much as possible on this one. So plus I remember when I used to watch the videos, it just, if I couldn't or didn't feel like doing something, it was kind of a relaxation, a little bit of, hey, I want to watch so and so and see what they're doing today, and see what he's got going on, or she. There's girls now doing it. So okay, how's that? Is that all right? Can't really see too much of the detail. I sanded some of that drive shaft down some, so there's not a lot left of it to paint, just so I can put the exhausts on there to make room for that. Okay, and then we'll do the back axle assembly back here. And I'm doing it chrome just for the nostalgia of the 80s muscle car era. We don't have to do every one of these like this, and I don't actually. But this is a special car. The Camaro's, for me, it's one of my favorite cars. And I grew up, we had Camaro's, old Camaro's. I think my mom had an 85. We got a 2011 out there in the driveway. Had an uncle that had a 1971. It was gold. Just growing up in my childhood, that was the way it was. So, all right, we'll let that dry for a minute. Here's a 1970 we did in one of our videos. All I did was painted this. You see the exhaust already came on there. This is one of the, there's a few, I got a few of these. It's the sport one that has somewhat of a roll cage and stuff inside of it. It's a racing one. Let me see what it actually says. Yeah, it just says 70 Camaro. But I did the detail work to it, painted it. The orange, we did the rally stripes on it, and I added some fingernail, the stickers you get for your fingernail, girls do with their fingernails. I added that. You can see this, I think it's hologram. This particular one up here is. There's a 69 that we did. Taillights. Did the emblem. It's Chevy blue is the actual color for this. It's got a metallic flake in it. Those are just regular Hot Wheel wheels. I cleaned them up and clear coated them though to keep them clean. I added the pipes on there. As you can tell, I sanded the whole body down besides where the motor area is, and I didn't add anything to it. I just wanted it to be blue and black as far as silver or any of that. Here's a factory. It's all factory. Another 69, or this might be a 70. Yeah, it's a 69 Camaro. We'll get to that one day. There's a bunch of other ones I got, but matter of fact, here's a factory 85. Hasn't been touched, which is the same one that we're doing. Like I said, I buy multiples. I got 2 more hanging on the wall back there. I got a bunch in the tote and my carrying case. All right, we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and go clear coat the body. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to back up a little bit since I got our silver paint out right now. We're going to add our little bit of details to the interior of this real fast before we forget, so we can let it all dry at the same time. And I'm not going to do a whole lot to this. There is a lot of good detail in there though. You guys can see the seats are textured. You got the vent for the hood. I just want to add a little detail to, like the gear shifter, the brake handle, a little bit of detail there by the seat, the gear shifter, what chrome, steering wheel, ignition there, maybe the stereo area, console. Try to pop in a couple gauges there. It's like that. That's good. Let me get that little emblem in the center of the steering wheel. Okay, like that. Alrighty. Okay, now we're gonna let all this dry. I'm gonna go clear coat again our body here. All right, and then we'll be back shortly. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and finish this Camaro that we was doing. Get the wheels and everything. Put it back together. It's going to look really nice with these gold wheels, this base and the car itself, but this base, the color is nice.